So, hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. This is episode number 27. My name is John Lunn, aka Jonnychipz, and it is Friday, the 2nd of July, 2021. Let's jump straight on in. So, hey again, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's another episode. It's episode number 27. Can you believe it? 27 weeks I've been doing these videos now, so that's pretty cool. So, usual format this week. It's July. It's JulyOT, MVP renewals. It's a busy week. Without further ado, let's just jump straight on over. So yeah, like I just mentioned there, the 1st of July was yesterday. It's the annual renewal of the MVP program. I mean, it's great to see so many fantastic people in the community getting re-awarded this, this fantastic accolade for the amount of help and sort of support and content and everything that they put back into the community. So just wanted to call that out at the top of the show. It's, obviously it's one of those things that happens every year with Microsoft where they renew existing MVPs, based on their previous year's efforts into the community. And, it's safe to say there are so many fantastic people out there. Congratulations to all those people that got their MVPs renewed, and of course to those people that were awarded new MVPs. So just wanted to call that out at the top of the hour. So moving on in, it is July, and you may have seen me tweet this out, but it is JulyOT, so it's a full month of content surrounding IoT. It's been launched by the Microsoft the dev teams in terms of what's going on. So Paul DiCarlo has put out this blog post a week or so ago now, really just telling us about the structure of JulyOT. So it's a month-long event, effectively, where it's contributions from the community, from the Microsoft, the cloud advocacy teams, the dev teams, product teams. So yeah, it's great to see that this is kicked off, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what gets released through the coming weeks. So the first couple of days, as you can see there, as Paul has put it, a sneaky peek of what's coming over the next 31 days. We're in the period of kicking off JulyOT. It is the 2nd of July today. There's been some blog articles that have been launched, so I'll go into them in a little sec. But we can see them. We've got sort of like a week's worth of AI at the edge, moving into sort of the 12th to the 16th, beginners, students, teachers, and makers. So there's going to be some content around that. Then into the following week, then we're looking at microcontrollers and embedded hardware, so the physical side of that IoT piece. So, moving from the maker's piece into actually doing something with microcontrollers and putting those microcontrollers into various products and physical things. And then finally, online learning and certification. So it's going to be a month packed full of information, no doubt. So if you are looking to embark on your journey to the cloud with IoT, this is the place you need to be. Effectively, you've got the cloud advocacy team with some fantastic people throughout the community launching and releasing content throughout the month, really to help us all learn this cool technology. So, as you can see, we've had a few launches so far. So the first thing to call out is this is a bit more detail on what they've got involved or what they've got planned for the month. So read through that there. Some of these thumbnails haven't loaded for some reason, but have a little read through that there. But some of the blog articles that have been released are from, my good friends across the community. So Cliff released an article a couple of weeks back now, but both Cliff and Pete have both got on hold of an Azure Percept dev kit. You may have seen me on IoT Live a week or so ago with Pete, Cliff, and Mert, just going through Pete's unboxing the dev kit and talking us through what was involved. So Cliff has put together a blog post about that, what's involved, what each of the components are all about from a hardware perspective, really the look and feel and the build quality of that kind of stuff. And yeah, go and have a read of that. Jump onto the JulyOT blog article, and there are links to all of these other blog articles there. He just went into how to train your first AI model, just giving you a few hints and tips around that. So really good blog article there from Cliff. Go and have a little read of that. But other things that have been launched so far. So again, if you've been following Benjamin Carbe across Twitter, then he's developed this artificial intelligence nose that can actually smell various aromas and give, as you can see there, a graphical output with a confidence rating as to what that smell actually is. So it's a fantastic idea and concept. So Benjamin, he's got some images here on how this all came to be and how it got put together. Go and have a follow of Benjamin on Twitter and go and read a little bit more about this, because I know that he's been put forward for a few awards on this particular innovation as well, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, great to see that, really giving some great ideas and sort of inspiration for your own kind of projects that you might want to work on. Goran Vuksic has put together this cool demonstration, really, of using the dev kit on a Lego robot to kind of, give that vision capability to a moving vehicle. So he's put together this YouTube video, really cool to see the kind of things that you can get up to and how relatively easily, with a little bit of digging, that you can put these things together and start building these kind of little cool prototypes and really get your head around the concept between what you can do with vision and audio with the dev kit. And like I said, Pete also put together a blog post around the dev kit, the first looks at the dev kit. Again, digging into the actual dev kit, what each of the pieces and the components and the hardware actually are. Talking a little bit around, what is this dev kit for, who it's aimed at, and why should we be interested in utilizing this kind of hardware, for what purpose. Before going into showing again a demonstration of how you can actually set this up, how you can configure a vision or an audio model that can actually be used to do something productive. So I think in Pete's case, it was quite cool, detecting hammers versus screwdrivers, and you can see there there's a few screenshots of Pete actually getting this model up and running and teaching the model what the differences are between hammers and screwdrivers. So nice, thank you, Pete. I get a nice honourable little mention in there. If you want to see more about that is still up on the IoT Live. The Azure Live Twitch stream feed, or if you browse to the Azure Live YouTube channel, you can go and watch that. So there's a few blog articles that have already been released to kind of wet our whistle, so to speak, in terms of JulyOT. A quick link from that blog article to the NVIDIA developer, the Transfer Learning Toolkit, and I can't sort of advocate these deep learning sessions enough. I went through one a couple of months back now with Paul DiCarlo. They're fantastic sources of information, especially if you're looking to learn about that deeper dive information into what it is to be, an AI model. What does it take to train an AI model? And, is it easy? Is it hard? Are there pre-built, pre-trained models? How do we create our own custom artificial intelligence model? There's some fantastic collateral and content out there. So there's a link from the article to go and have a look at this NVIDIA developer program. And like I say, the Deep Learning Institute at NVIDIA have put together some fantastic courses, and a lot of them are free of charge. So I would absolutely advocate you going over there, have a little look, and hopefully there's some cracking information over there to get you started. As you can see, there's lots of different models here that are available for use in your own development. Okay, and just to kind of finish off this section on JulyOT, which is obviously a really exciting month to be in at the moment. A quick tweet from Pete there. Pete is working on some of the demos and things like that are going to be launched over on the Microsoft Reactor throughout July as part of the JulyOT. So you can see he's given us a little sneaky peek around something to do with a light and turn a light on using maybe the audio. So yeah, take a look at that. Go and follow Pete, get involved, look out for more releases on that. Okay, and kind of sticking with the theme of AI and IoT, this caught my eye the other day. So there's been a 12-week, 24 lesson curriculum released on machine learning. So as Jan has pointed out here, there's a link to the GitHub repo, and you can see there's machine learning for beginners. So if we take a look at this GitHub repo, we can see that it's a raft of information that, to be honest, I think I'm going to try and find the time to get into and actually have a little look. But you can see huge thanks to all the fantastic people there that have contributed and authored this content. There's some known names there from Microsoft and the community. So huge shout out to all the people involved with creating this content. If we scroll down, we can see that there is a lot of content here, over 24 lessons, and it takes you through a little story. So, doing this kind of thing, introduction, looking at regression and web apps, and then looking at classification, clustering, NLP, so natural language processing, looking at some time series, reinforcement learning, and then ML in the wild, so interesting and revealing real-world applications of classical machine learning. So a great source of information there. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more, jump on over, go and follow Jen on Twitter, so Jen Looper. Jump over to the GitHub repo. In fact, you can follow all these great people in the community, and a lot of those guys are at Microsoft as well. So go and give them a follow, jump on in, get the GitHub link, and get involved. And good luck, and enjoy it, have fun. Yes, another thing, just sticking with this theme of AI still, as it is July, like I just said. This caught my eye, and it's made a little bit of noise across the community at the moment. So GitHub CoPilot. So if, I guess, like myself, I'm not a developer, I'm not really a programmer or coder as such. I know a little bit, I can just about get by, I can copy and paste like a beast. But yeah, this is really a cool innovation here. So GitHub have effectively launched this AI-powered autocomplete engine, but it really, if you're there looking to code something in various different languages, and somebody pointed out last night on Twitter that it even works with things like Terraform. So if you are in the ops space looking to, start coding your Terraform and things like that, then, you can start actually writing your code, putting in some comments, and based on the comments, GitHub CoPilot will actually, using AI, put in some suggestions as to what you might be looking to write next in your code, which is pretty mind-blowing, to be honest. So I've not yet actually checked this out myself. I've seen a few people across the community have actually started to use this, and have had some, sort of great wow moments and great feedback so far. I'm absolutely going to jump on and have a little look at this and see if it can help me become a little bit of a better programmer, to be honest. So really cool to see. Go and check that out if that's of interest to you. So GitHub CoPilot. Just browse over to the github.com URL, or go to copilot.github.com, and you can sign up. I believe, it's in a technical preview stage at the moment, so I don't know if there are any limitations on the sign up of that, but if this is something that you think is interesting to you, go and see if you can get signed up to it and start having a little play. Okay, moving on. Again, sticking with the AI theme, Jürgen is putting together some Pluralsight courses around the AI 102 exam, which happens to be the exam I'm very slowly starting to study for. I was hoping to get a bit of momentum up first, but been busy with work. But AI 102 is the AI associate level exam that you can take with Microsoft. He's now started to release some more courses, Pluralsight courses, which I believe this one actually got launched last night. It went live on Pluralsight, so huge thanks to Jürgen on that. I called this out on Twitter because the Jürgen, Pete, there's a few guys in the community that put together these fantastic Pluralsight courses. If you are lucky enough to have a subscription, or you can, you've got a code from somewhere, go and check them out. Can't recommend them highly enough. They're always so clear, to the point, and give you everything you need to know if you are going to go on and sit that exam. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I don't know for sure, but I'm hopeful that Jürgen is going to work his way through the remainder of the objective domain of the exam, and bring in some more of these courses over time. That'll be cool. So yeah, I'm going to stay tuned and go and give Jürgen a follow and check that out. Give it a watch. Okay, huge congratulations. So my good friend Simon Lee in the community, he's been awarded the Cloud Family Community Champion for July, and it can't have gone to a more honourable guy really in the community. He's always there doing some fantastic stuff, helping run user groups, been on various webcasts and blogs, and obviously taking part in talks and giving sessions. I need to rewatch your session from the other night, Simon, on Autopilot. I think I did join that session and something happened with my phone and I couldn't join back in, but I need to go back and watch that. So, yeah, huge congratulations. Well done, Simon. Like I say, couldn't have gone to a more worthy and deserving person in the community. So keep up the fantastic work. I know there's more to come. He's alluding to something interesting going on this month, so can't wait to see what that is, matey. But yeah, well done to Simon. Go and check that article out there. There's some links there. You can read a little bit about Simon, what he's up to. That's pretty cool. He's got this mini data center sat in his house. So yeah, go and give him a follow. Some information. He's setting up his YouTube channel at the moment. Well, actually, this might be the one with Shabazz. So he's done a video series with Shabazz on a WVD/AVD, Zero to Hero. And now he's actually, you can see there he's actually part of the cloud management user group with my good friends Dean, Dan, and Andy. Go and check that out and get involved. I know they've got their next meetup happening fairly soon, in the next few days, I believe. And yeah, just a little bit about him and some of his links. So there we go. Currently a work in progress. So Simon's YouTube channel. So I noticed he was reaching out the other night to get some artwork. So no content yet. So go and give him a follow. There we go. I've just subscribed. Am I his first follower? I don't know. We'll have to have a look. I'll have to ask. Cool. Now, huge congratulations, obviously, to Simon. Well worthy winner. So stick around and see what's more to come from Simon, because I'm sure there's a lot more in there. Okay, moving on again. So Lisa Clark has pushed out this notification around the Cloud Lunch and Learn. So the Cloud Lunch and Learn team are looking for speakers for their weekly sessions that they do. So they're looking to schedule people in from August up to the end of the year if possible. So if you do have topics that you're looking to speak about or got some good information you want to impart out to the community, reach out, sign up. There's a Sessionize link there. So either go and follow Lisa, so that's Lisa at the Edge on Twitter, or the Cloud Lunch Learn Twitter handle. Go and submit your sessions through Sessionize and get involved. And I've seen quite a few of these Cloud Lunch and Learn sessions, and they've always got fantastic people on there again with fantastic content and information that look, you're getting out there for free. You just need to sign up and watch and take part, get involved if you can. So yeah, thanks for that, Lisa. Hopefully get a few people over there to submit some more sessions. Okay, so the big announcement. Mr. Carl Cook, he did it. He reached his goal. Huge achievement. And this all started from a little bit of a tease on Twitter, and look what it's come to. I know Carl has raised well over £2,000 now. And he went live, I believe, last Friday. So last Friday evening, he went live on Twitter, where he got his better half, which I'm sure he'll be okay with me explaining his better half about. But she dyed his hair blue as per the deal, I guess. But no, I mean, well done, Carl. It's fantastic to see how much money he's actually raised for some brilliant charities. So go and check that out. Go and send Carl a bit of love, because that's a fantastic thing to do, which, like I say, it all started as a little bit of a tease across Twitter, and it turned into something, really meaningful in the terms of raising some money for some worthy charities. And, what a guy at the end of the day, doing something like that. It's not for everybody, but it's great to see that people are willing to put themselves in those positions to do that. And I know Carl has recently changed his role, so huge congratulations and good luck with the new role, Carl. And I did see that the guys over at Intercept really welcomed him in with a great. I saw a little picture of his first sort of meeting with the team there, where everybody's wearing blue wigs, which was pretty cool. So well done, guys. Good luck, Carl, and congratulations for getting to that point. What's next? Think about it. But no, that's cool. Okay, another couple of quick call outs now. So this caught my eye. So Freak Person has got a book being released middle of July, through in a couple of weeks' time, on Bicep. So Bicep is one of those infrastructure as code languages that is kind of an overarching language to ARM templates. Basically able to create ARM templates with a little bit more of a simplified, cut down code, very in the same ilk and form as Terraform. So if that does kind of float your boat and interest you, I'm going to jump on Amazon. I'll probably put an order in for this book now from Freak. I know there's always some great content out there, but I'm just one of those people that does like to have a physical book. Well, maybe it's just my age showing through there, but there is some great content out in the community anyway that you don't have to spend money on or whatnot. But if you do, like me, like your books and like to have a sit down, just a browse through without a screen, which is what I like to do from time to time, then this might be a book for you. So I know Freak is, well prevalent in the community, the technical community. I can't see why this book isn't going to be a fantastic source of information around Azure and Bicep. So go and check that out. And thanks, Freak, for tweeting that out. And again, not necessarily related to Azure, but this caught my eye because Microsoft seems to be releasing a lot of beta exams at the moment. So as it's close to my heart, Microsoft Teams, I've done a fair amount with that over the years. They've got a new exam coming out, the MS 740, Troubleshooting Microsoft Teams. And we're looking at the learning path is out now. The exam is scheduled around about the 8th of July, as it says there on the sheet. And it gives you a Teams Support Engineer Associate accreditation. So pretty cool. Okay. So there we go. There's my community call out. How are we doing for time? 20 minutes. I don't even know why I bother doing a time check anymore, because I think there's so much fantastic stuff going on in the community. It's hard to kind of put a time limit on it, I suppose. So thanks for sticking around if you're still watching here. Okay, let's jump on over then. Let's just see what I've been up to this week. So first thing, big shout out to Richardkumar. I was a guest, is episode 1, which was, wow, I'm honoured that Richard reached out to me to jump on his first episode of his new podcast. So he's going through this new podcast series around how people started their tech careers. I jumped on with Richard, recorded a session the other night that got launched. I always love catching up with Richard. He's so active in the community. He's been so prevalent with setting up some great initiatives over the last year or so, with things like 100 Days of Cloud. He's got 100 Days Kubernetes. He's doing some great work with Gwyneth Pena Sigunza around. You've got the cloud CV that he's been involved with. So Richard has done some fantastic things for the cloud community. So it's great to jump on and have a chat with him. And it's just me rambling on like I do, just talking about how I started in my career and moved into tech and things like that. So if you are interested, go and check that out. Go and follow Richard. Jump over to his YouTube channel. In fact, I think I've linked it in the Cloud Family playlist on my channel below. So if you want to go and have a little look at that, then please do so. Hope you enjoy. So this week, one of the blog articles that I released was around the transcription of audio files. So if you've got audio files, what has been announced now is this. So the Microsoft team have put together this new ingestion client using Azure Speech to take audio files either in real time or a batch processed set of files, .wavs, .mp3s, and actually transcribe the audio from them using these services. So what this ingestion client basically is, and like I say, I've done a blog post on it, is you can follow that. This is how you set it up and run through with it. But it's effectively an ARM template. And that ARM template puts together the various sources. So you can have your Azure storage. You can use your cognitive services speech account, logging, monitoring. But basically, and if you wanted to spin off some login information to your SQL database, the ARM template also sets all of that up for you as well. But part of the blog article, I just went into running through it for the first time, using the Azure Storage Explorer to upload an audio file there. You can see I've got this audio file called output.mp3, and then you get an output of a JSON file, basically with your transcribed text, effectively. So you can see they've misspelt my surname, but that's not unusual. I always have to spell it. You've got things like confidence rating on how confident the translation or transcription was. You can add other things in there like sentiment analysis, and you can put redaction, use AI and text analytics to kind of redact certain words or phrases and things like that. So basically, it's a really powerful kit of tools, and it's cool that the team have put this this ARM template together, and they've called it the ingestion client. So it's basically around, like I say, spinning up those resources in Azure to kind of kickstart your project effectively. So if you are looking to do something like that, then jump on in, have a look at the blog, have a look at the links that are in my blog, and hopefully you find that useful. But that was a fun little article to write this week. Also, it's a Friday, so that means there is another In Conversation With episode being released tonight. So firstly, huge shout out to Cliff Agius. Fantastic conversation we had last week. This went out last Friday, so if you are interested in IoT, and it is JulyOT, so this would be a cool one. Just some fantastic insights, information, and just background as to how do you get into IoT. You know, some of the credible ways and the worthwhile ways that you can get into kind of looking at hardware and components and chips and boards. And yeah, really good fun chat with Cliff. So if you get a chance, go and check that out. Obviously, go and follow Cliff. There's another link to that Azure Percept Dev Kit first look that we spoke about, and obviously a little bit more of a link there for JulyOT. So huge thanks to Cliff. Looking forward to seeing what he gets up to this month, as it is JulyOT. But that was last week's episode. So tonight we have got Mr. John Morehouse. So John is the CEO and the founder of PowerTools.dev. Go and check that out. But he's coming on tonight to talk to me around really what PowerTools.dev is and how it can be used. But effectively, it's the fastest way to ship your software directly into your cloud account. So whether that be Azure, AWS, GCP, it's about using those on-cloud PaaS, SaaS type elements to build and quickly deploy software applications. And we talk about this this movement, as John mentioned it to me, as on cloud. So really interesting concepts in terms of we no longer buy software to install on and feed and water a server. This is software that we buy that just gets deployed straight into your cloud account, so your cloud tenant, or into your Azure subscription or AWS account, whatever it might be. Really cool, interesting talk from John. So go and check that out. It's usual time, 6:30, although it's going to be 6:30 tonight, although I double booked, which is always the way. I'm always double booking myself. So go and check that out. Please do like and subscribe. Subscribe now if you can, if you're watching this for the first time and you haven't subscribed to my channel. It really is appreciated. Okay, so that's what I've been up to this week. So, as usual, this is the Welsh Azure user group section of the show. And again, things are going really well with the Azure user group at the moment. So we've got our next meetup coming. So let's jump on over. I'll talk to you a little bit about that. So yes, the next Welsh Azure user group meetup is being held on the 15th. So it's Thursday, the 15th of July, 6:30 p.m. BST. We have got some fantastic speakers with us. We've got, for those of you that follow the user group for a while, we've got to this format where we kind of do a few lightning talks up front, so 15-minute lightning talks, before we go on to what we're calling a feature-length talk, which is normally about 45 minutes or so. So you can see that this month, 15th of July, which is, 2 weeks yesterday, we've got Mike Martin. So Mike Martin is coming on to talk to us around the Azure Security Center. We've got Ashish Sharma coming on to talk to us about how do we troubleshoot any performance degradation with Azure Web Apps. And then we've got Ryan. So Ryan Mangan's going to come on and talk to us about MSI X App Attach using Azure Virtual Desktop. So, how we deliver those applications to that desktop. So that's going to be pretty cool. They're all going to be 15-minute lightning talks. So really fast paced, getting the information out there. So looking forward to welcoming those guys over to give the talks. And then we've got our feature-length talk from the one and only Mr. Tim Warner. So he's going to join us to talk to us around Azure networking. As we know that, certainly from my point of view, I get a lot of questions on networking. It seems to be an area that a lot of people, for whatever reason, seem to be a little bit lacking of knowledge or looking to learn more around networking. Obviously, Microsoft have now released the AZ700 exam, which is going to be the networking associate level exam in Azure. So I had a chat with Tim and, mentioned, would it be a great idea to do a session around networking? Just looking at all the various different networking capabilities and options and, concepts that we've got with Azure and how we hook into those. So really looking forward to that from Tim. That, like I say, that's on the 15th of July. So if you can RSVP, go and follow me. Find the link, go and follow the Welsh Azure Twitter feed. Find the link. It's a meetup link. If you jump on there, RSVP, so we know that you are looking to attend. And when you RSVP, you get the link to the Teams meetup. And obviously, you can save that in your calendar. And we look forward to welcoming you at the user group. As always, there's going to be a quiz, and I think the quiz is going to be a little bit different this month, so that should be quite fun. And of course, some prizes that can be won off the back of that. So looking forward to seeing you at that one. Okay. Lots going on again this week, as always. There always seems to be lots going on. So final section of the show. Thanks so much for sticking around. We've got to the half an hour mark. So I'm going to jump in and we're going to talk a little bit about the any Azure updates that we've had this week. Okay, so we've had around about a dozen, around 12 or so updates this week from the Azure News and Updates page. So let's just jump straight on in. Like I said, I don't generally tend to dwell on these too much, but we just have a quick first look at what these updates are this week. So as I mentioned earlier, the blog article I wrote was based upon the announcement that this is now available a few days back. So looking at the ingestion client for Azure Speech, really, like I said earlier about the blog post, is looking to deploy the relevant resources you need to kind of use transcription capabilities using Azure Speech to transcribe audio files and get those transcriptions out as JSON formats that can then be onwardly processed in some other form. So that was a cool one, giving you a little bit of a heads up about that. And I've got a blog article if you want to head over to my blog site, jonnychipz.com, and have a little look at that and find out a bit more information. Okay, so expansion of public preview of the on-demand disk bursting for premium SSDs to more regions. So this ability to perform bursting capabilities on these premium SSD disks, Microsoft have now expanded that to more regions. So that's a cool announcement. Again, it's in preview at the moment, so there's more information there if you want to find out a little bit more if that is something that you're looking to make use of in your organization. Another public preview announcement. So Azure Auto Manage, it now supports Azure Arc enabled servers, so you can actually turn on Auto Manage now for your on-prem services that have been enabled using Azure Arc, which is pretty cool. So again, if you're not sure what Auto Manage is or want to learn a little bit more about that, then jump on over to this link, learn more. It talks around what you can actually do and set up with auto managing your server, from monitoring and patching through all that good stuff. So this public preview announcement that if you've got those on-prem servers, not just Azure VMs, and you Azure Arc enable them, you've now got those auto-manage capabilities that you can push out onto your physical or virtual estate on-prem, which is cool. A limited preview. Okay, so confidential compute, so confidential workloads have been released now for a little bit of time. So Microsoft have now released a few more VM series that can actually handle these confidential compute workloads. And as I say there, these particular VM families, they'll dramatically improve the state of the art for that confidential compute capability and those workloads. So a little bit about that, what they've done. So you can sign up for that preview if that is something that you feel that you need to do. So if you are in that kind of industry that you need to use that confidential compute capability, then jump on over, take a look, sign up for preview if you need to. Okay, this is an exciting one. VPN NAT is now in public preview. So that capability now, so for those that are into networking, or if you're not sure what NAT is, so network address translation, it's that capability that, if you've got a company, maybe, companies acquire other companies and they may acquire their Azure subscriptions that may have some workloads and applications and services running from. And at times those workloads are running in VNet address spaces that may overlap with other parts of the business. So the capability now, it's gone into public preview, and it looks like the preview currently supports one-to-one static NATing. So that basically means that you can NAT a single IP out or in to your Azure subscription, to a completely different address range. So you can kind of manage those overlapping address spaces if you need to. And I'm sure that's going to scale out to other NAT capabilities in time. But that's cool announcement. That got announced only a couple of days ago, so I might have a little play with that myself at some stage if I get time. But that's a cool addition. Obviously, NAT has been around in other modern routing and firewall technologies for a long time. So the fact that it's now available, on your VPN gateway, which I presume it's going to be built into. Yeah, we go. So NAT on Azure VPN gateway. There we go. And so there's a link there to how to configure that on your Azure VPN gateway. Go and take a look at that. And great to see. So fantastic. The Azure Image Builder service has now gone generally available. Cool. Okay. I didn't even realize it was still in public preview. I thought that was out already, but there we go. Apparently not. That is GA as of the 30th of June. So take a look at that if you need to. Next one, Azure Maps Android SDK is now GA. Okay. The soft delete for blobs capability for ADL, so Azure Data Lake Storage, is now in a limited public preview. So that ability to turn on soft delete. So it's where you delete things, but you kind of haven't really deleted it. You can recover it for up to set the amount of time that you want to be able to recover that. So if you are using Azure Data Lake Storage, then there is a limited public preview. So there's a form there that you need to fill in to enroll in that if that is something of interest to you when you are using that type of storage. So check that out. Okay, so the GA skip X509 certificate proof of possession for IoT hubs and DPS. Yeah, okay, so there was an element where you signed up and put your certificate in that you'd have to create another certificate that kind of proved that you were the owner. So it looks like you've got the ability to skip that. So that's a nice little add-on to save a little bit of time and complexity with defining your IoT hubs using deployment services. So that's device provision, DPS, device provision and deployment. Yeah. So that's a nice little announcement if you are. I've only ever set up the certificates in a lab environment just with a couple of test devices, and it's a robust way of doing it. But yeah, this I can see why this might be an interesting or a time-saving little thing to do. So yeah, there we go. Okay, GA, some more Azure Security Center updates for June. So we've got new alerts for Defender, for Key Vault. So recommendations to encrypt with customer managed keys is disabled by default. There's a prefix for Kubernetes alerts that changes from AKS to K8s. And they deprecated 2 recommendations from Apply System Updates in Security Control. Okay. And we've got the Azure Sphere version 2107. So that's expected to be released on the 21st of July. Cool. And finally, update to PowerShell you need to have a look at. So update PowerShell version 7 and 7.1 to protect against the vulnerability. So if you manage your little typo there, I can't talk about typos and do them all the time. So if you manage your Azure resources from PowerShell version 7 or 7.1, then there's a new version of PowerShell to address a .NET Core remote code execution vulnerability in version 7.0, 7.1. So we recommend that you install the updated versions as soon as possible. If you're using PowerShell 5.1, it's not affected by the issue. So take a look at that. If you are using PowerShell version 7, which I believe I am, then it's there's a vulnerability update that you need to go and install. So take a look at that, and that's available now, obviously. So there we go. There's our Azure updates for the week. So yeah, we're at the end of the show again. A nice 40-minute long show. Huge thanks for sticking around to watch this show if you have. Hopefully you've got some insights and information out of this one. Huge thanks to all the fantastic people in the community, and congratulations again to all those MVPs. All the content and work that you put into the community helps me out no end, and it helps so many other people out no end. So keep up the fantastic work, everybody, and congratulations. So that's it from me for this week. My voice is starting to crack. I need a drink. Huge thanks for tuning in, and until next week, I've been Jonnychipz. I will see you soon.